You're the first generation. How was it for you?
Something really, really amazing. It's impossible to describe the sensation. I can easily say that was one of the most brutal experiences in my life, but at the same time, the better experience in my life. I remember clearly the night, the star, everything happened, and teach me a lot. Teach me a lot of perseverance, never give up, working team with a brother. So it's something like that also you have in everything in life. Not only fighting or teaching self-defense or something like that. In everything that you can find in your life. Like Usque ad finem, you know, the motto we have in Rome. So until the end, no matter what, until the end, you must arrive until the end and continue fighting and continue.
Johnny?
Yeah, I agree with everything that Vincenzo said, you know. For me, wow, especially when I went running just by myself, you know, and when we did a perseverance style run through the valley and the mountains and the stars, full moon, and it gives you a time to reflect on yourself because we had so many kilometers to run. It taught me so much about myself because, you know, like you have, the worst enemy is yourself, you know? You start thinking about so many things, doubts and pain is going through your whole body and everywhere, and you're telling yourself, you know, just lay down right here and just go to sleep, you know? But one thing that Moni taught us is perseverance, that we can never give up. But not just, you know, Vincenzo pointed out too that it's not about, you know, surviving an attack, is surviving everyday situations in life. You know, you're going to be pushed to your limit in everything that we need to do, and it's always to become your absolute best in life, you know. It is the modern day Bushido way, which is the way of the warrior.
Pierre?
Well, to me, of course, it's been the hardest experience of my entire life. I cannot remember something like this, and at the same time, you know, that from the first day, if you would ask me to, in this moment, to go back in the desert, I would go back in the desert. I would make all the 2 days together with my friends instructor, that I look at them as brothers, and I would make it now, because it has been an experience unbelievable. Because it was just like a sort of a yin and yang. The first hours, it was just like a fight with yourself, and you were pretty much alone. And then you were with the guys that I really, really see as brother, and that helped me a lot. I remember that it was just like something, like if you are living out of your body and out of your mind. It was running in the desert, something very, very strong, something that makes you feel tired, but things at the same time, I just was feeling like to be blessed. I was feeling like to be in peace with all the universe. You know, you had the sky, the stars, high moon, the silence. It has been amazing. I don't know if I can say this, but I like to be always honest, you know, about that. When you took us to the training, to the first hour of trainings, you said, guys, believe me, after these days, we will not be the same person. And I said, okay, it's going to be tough, it's going to be interesting, but I don't know if it can be true. And I'm totally and completely happy to have been wrong, because you were right. And we went out of that experience like really different persons, and I want to say better persons.
All of you came from the navigation alone in the middle of the night to the final points to me, and all of you were surprised when all of a sudden 4 big, scary guys attacking you full force. You don't have any protection on your body, and you're just fighting for your life. How that felt?
The people that say that, for example, CKM, in this case specific, our training was really, really close to reality. It's one of the drill that I felt it's most close to the reality. In some point of view, maybe we can say when we analyze also the video, everything, there's in some aspect maybe it's also worst aspect of reality, because we continue fighting like a bad dream, you know, like a nightmare. Completely exhausted after running and continue fighting something amazing, real true self-defense to try to survive, try to fight, first of all, like Johnny say, like ourselves, you know, like, and then against other people, something.
Man, going through there, it was one of the best moments of my life. And when I saw those blinking lights, because it was like, okay, when you see the extrication van, you know, with the blinking hazardous lights, when you see that van, no matter how far you are away, you just go full on sprint, you know, because that's the finish line, okay? And I saw this military van, and I look back and I hear all these footsteps coming towards me. I was like, oh shit, here we go. Boom! Because when they grabbed me, you know, I was like, wow, you know, what's going on here? So they just brought me into the octagon, so to say, you know, and you're fighting for your life. You're fighting for your life, especially when it's in Miami. We have so many gangs in Miami that every month they do an initiation, you know, and a lot of the times stuff like this doesn't go on the media. You know, they have attacks like this, you know, especially with knives and guns and bats, and they attack poor innocent people, you know, and we have to learn this type of scenarios, and this art is so beautiful because it's the only art that I've learned that takes it to this extreme. And I'm so proud to be with this family here that I'm able to pass this on to my family and to my friends and to anyone that would love to learn. You know, it's amazing.
How was it for you, Pierre?
I was running so fast towards you, and then the first guy came out with all the lights flashing in my face, and I had to break like a road runner in the cartoons, you know, like this, and I say, okay, I should have thought that it was too good to be true, just running with the moon over you. And then at the beginning I started thinking, okay, they're basically surprise attacks. I've been through this before. But then I understood that was totally different. So I have to change the switch in my mind, not because I was pretending it was fake, but I have to change. And the switch has been a big physical pain. Then I took with a huge hit on the ground. It was so hard that my mind said, okay, they're gonna play wild, let's play wild too. We have been able to do all the surprise attacks. We do most of the techniques, but we also took a lot of punishment, a lot of beating. But also during this beating, we were still keep going, and working hard. And at a certain point, it was the sensation just like, okay, if you want, we can stay here all night. You have to kill me if you want me finish to beating you or try to do something. And one of the most amazing things to me has been that at the end, when I heard your voice saying, okay, time, stop, and you hug me, my thought wasn't, oh, thanks God, it's finished. Oh, guys, give me please some water. My first thought was, oh man, I really hope he's proud of what I've done.
And I'm definitely was very proud of you, all of you. I know you for years, and I know how much you progress. But what make you fall in love in the system, and how that changed you as a person?
I was starting martial arts until I was a kid, and I've been through many martial arts, a lot of martial arts, from Kung Fu, Karate, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, everything. I never found a real mentor or a real master like you that give me some knowledge, so many knowledge, and also give me so many opportunity to express myself, you know. So the meaning is, I remember when I was teach other martial arts, because I was black belt and stuff like that, also like a master or something, other stuff. But never like CKM was really, really close to, first of all, close to reality, because the stuff that we teach is really useful for the people. And also another beautiful thing about CKM, of course, about you, is that for you, everyone is the same. We are a real family. If you want, you can do it.
Definitely.
If you want, you can do it. You know, we are not special. We are only students. You know,
Student of life.
Yes.
Johnny.
That's a huge thing right there, and that's the main thing that I've learned, was that we're always a forever student. But what Moni brought to the table is back to the Bushido way, which is the way of the warrior. And what is the way of the warrior? We also have to have compassion towards other people. You know, the first thing that Moni said was, we don't talk bad about other systems.
Also for this reason, I fall in love with CKM. Because I remember that I was teaching Kung Fu for many years, and other stuff like this, and my big master know that I became a level 1 and 2 for the first course. He started to throw, I don't know, like shit in my face or something like that. You are not able to teach anymore. You are not instructor, you know, like this. And CKM, it's bad. You understand? So I found something also in my big master, like my mentor, like my, you know, that I was really, really close with this guy. Also in him, something wrong, you know? They try to go against other system or something for try to make himself big, you know?
We are always the forever student, but we strive, okay? We strive to always find a solution, you know, for something. Techniques, but life is a technique, you know? You go to work every day and stuff like that, and then there's traffic. How can I go around this traffic and stuff like that? That's a technique, you know, and it could transform into so many different ways. But if we perceive it and we take CKM for everything, every little possible thing that happens in our life, you know, we will know what is to be a Bushido, what is to be a warrior. This is what, you know, Moni taught me, Commando Krav Maga taught me, is to be honest, is to have that honesty, integrity, compassion, mercy, you know, rectitude, benevolence, you know, all these virtues that, you know, society truly, there's only a very small percentage of what people really truly know what it is to have these virtues and these morals, you know. And I am so happy that I'm with a family that's passing on this knowledge to people.
By looking inside and checking if it's really, really working, it's kind of honest, because the easy way is to say, okay, this is what we have, it's fine. No, we have to evolve it, we have to make it better. If we find it easier way, there is no ego. We just move on to something easier. That's part of the honesty that you talk about.
I remember that when I was approaching the first course that you made in Italy, I was coming from about 20 years in martial arts and combat sports and also American football. So I wasn't that kind of guy that is easy to be enthusiastic like this. But I want to do that course, and I remember exactly that the first technique that you showed me and you teach us in the course was something that I never seen before in 20 years of martial arts. So I said, okay, this is gonna be funny. And growing with the system, to this I can add, of course, the fact that we never pretend. There is always a challenge. And I love the idea of the challenge. There is an author, is a former university professor that I love. He wrote an amazing book. And in this book, talking about life, he talks about a concept that I really love. It talks about brick walls. Who are the brick walls? Brick walls are the people that we meet in life, and are the people that make us understand how bad do we want something. And I can say that you have been probably one of the best brick walls that I met in my life, because I can tell you easily, and they know because it's probably the same for them, that if I never had met you in my life, I would never had the chance to find my limits and to get through my limits. If I think about myself in the first course, and I think about myself about after Masada, the end of the level 8 course, I see that there is a different person, and this difference is coming from all the challenges that money has put on my path. I don't want to say it's a lifestyle, but it becomes a way of thinking. And it's not only about all the values that I say, but about being in a certain way. Don't quit. Don't let the problems put you down. Don't complain about something, but try to find solutions. Find solutions that work. Be strong. Be perseverant. And for me, this is amazing, because it's just like living in perfect harmony, because of what I do for living, what I do as a father, what I do as a husband, what I do as a man in the world or in the society is not in conflict. What I do with when I teach, or what I do when I train, and when I come to all the instructor schools, and it's amazing.
As a student for life, all of us, I hope that we can continue, grow and learn, and I hope that we can also share what we achieved with other people, so they can also help others. So all I can say is 1, 2, 3 CKM. Ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3 CKM!